Lohan announced that she's joining the Mom Club.
Yes.
How happy are you for Lindsay? And do you have any words of advice for her?
I'm so happy for Lindsay. I just want to say congratulations. This is going to be the most incredible experience of her life.
Writing this book, how cathartic was it? Because you really talk about some very difficult chapters in your life.
Writing this book has been one of the most therapeutic experiences of my life, and just really going so deep and writing about things that I've never said out loud to anyone. But it's been so healing and empowering as well.
Now, you write a lot about abuse that you went through. You write about very difficult things, painful things, including being groomed in 8th grade. And then we meet Paris Hilton, and you put on this public persona. How did that public persona sort of hide or help you deal with the trauma that you had experienced?
After all the trauma that I endured as a teenager, I feel that as a trauma response, I created this type of character of this Barbie doll persona with the perfect life. And also just having to deal with all the attention that was on my way. I think having a mask just to feel protected. It
was very difficult to read about your experience in Provo. What tools did you use to get you through that chapter of your life?
Just enduring what I went through was so painful and traumatic that I would just think about who I wanted to become and what I wanted to be when I got out of there. And that's what got me through.
And knowing your mother, knowing how much she adores you, what a wonderful woman she is, your parents meant well, but they had no idea what you were going through. They didn't believe you. Have you forgiven them? What's your relationship like now?
My parents and I have never been closer. We've been speaking about everything, and just these type of schools manipulate the families just as much as they do the children, deceptive marketing. So my parents had no idea what was happening behind closed doors.
And now your mom is fighting the fight with you.
And now my mom has been coming with me to Washington, D.C. and being on my side and supporting me, and also being a support to all the other families who have experienced the same.
It's amazing. You also write about your IVF journey, and now we know that your mom, beautiful Phoenix, who is adorable. What was that journey like for you?
I am just so happy to be a mom. I've always wanted to be a mom, and just to have my baby boy here has just been a dream come true. And I'm just excited for this next phase of my life.
What kind of mom do you expect to be?
I'm going to be a very supportive mom. I'm going to be very protective. I already feel that way. And just always there for my son.
I love that. You also write about Demi Lovato and how she inspired you to really face your truth and speak your truth. Talk to me about that. What was it about Demi that inspired you?
I've been friends with Demi for so many years, and when I went to the premiere of her documentary, I was just so inspired by how real and vulnerable she was, and that's what inspired me to feel comfortable enough to come through and tell my story as well with my documentary.
And you're inspiring so many others, people here waiting to meet you. And you also inspired Selena Gomez. She recently said how you inspired her. What does that mean to you?
I love Selena. I think she is so beautiful inside and out, so kind. And when I ran into her at Britney's wedding, she came up to me and said that she watched my documentary and she was very touched by it. And it was one of the reasons that inspired her to be vulnerable. And that was so touching. I think that she's just so strong, and I really commend all the work that she's doing.